Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about a cabin on the Carnival Venezia, and it's a bit of a controversial cabin. There are cabins like these on several other ships, and we actually had a different cabin booked for this particular ship, but at the last minute they sent us an offer for a really great deal to upgrade to this particular room, and we thought, let's give it a try because we've heard lots of varying reviews of this type of cabin. So we thought, let's give it a try ourselves and see if we like it, see if it's as bad as they say or if it's better than they say. So it's the Terrazza Cabana room on the Carnival Venezia, and I'm going to give you a tour of the room and show you what all that looks like and a little bit of the amenities as well. And then I'm going to come back and share with you if the privacy, which is the big complaint on this particular cabin, if the privacy really is and if it really was an issue on this cruise. So we're right here by the door. We've got 3 hooks that you can hang your things on, your bags, your jackets, shirts, whatever you want to hang on there. And then right here, this is kind of an important little area here because this is where you come into the room. You have to have your key card in here in order to have power in your room. But if you saw up close, you could see that this is not a Carnival key card. This is just a key card from a hotel room. So as long as you have something in there, it will stay. So just make sure you put any card in there, basically. I wouldn't leave your credit card in there, but this is just an old hotel room key. You probably have one of those or something like that sitting around. So you can do that. Let's go ahead and hop into the bathroom, which is right here, and then we'll come out and talk about some stuff. Look at how cute this is, you guys. Oh my gosh, I love this sink. Look at how adorable it is with all of the little finishes and just the look. And here's our tissue. We've got 6 shelves, so 3 on each side, which is amazing. Yay. This beautiful mirror is so pretty, and it lights up here too, which is really nice. I wonder if that lights up by itself at night. We'll have to figure that out later. We also have a makeup mirror, which I'm not a fan of, but if you like those, have at it. And then let's see what else we have. We've got 3 racks here. So we've got this big towel rack, hand towel, washcloth rack, and then this is either, I guess you could hang something there, but it's probably for holding on to if you need that security of hanging on to, and your toilet paper. The toilet is nice. It's right here in the corner, so you do have quite a lot of room. I can extend my arms more than half out if you were sitting in the bath on the toilet. And then in here, you just pull right here, which is kind of unusual, but okay, we'll allow it. Pull that out, but this is a good sized shower in here. You've got a bar back here where you can hang on to that if you need to, but you can also hang your washcloth there. And then there is a clothing line here to dry your things. You're gonna dry your swimsuit or whatever. And then you've got your shower head. Now what I don't like is that they have the body wash / shampoo together. Not a fan. I don't care for it when they do that. The Carnival does tend to do that. So that's your bathroom here, and then we're still right here. There is a light switch here for the bathroom. Guys, when you're coming into the bathroom, always remember you've got this step up and down coming in and out of the bathroom. So there's that. Here is our air conditioning panel. Of course, we have it all the way to cool. You can see the line moves. If you move it, you can see that line moves. And then you can cool your room. You've got another rack here, hook, and then you've got the sign. I'm not a fan of these. I wish they just had the little buttons that you can press inside your room. I think that that's way better and easier and, convenient, all that kind of good stuff. Let's look at the closets. Okay, we've got the first one here, full-length mirror, which I love. And look at these beautiful Terrazza stateroom robes. They are so soft, you guys. If you could have touch-o-vision, you could feel those. And then we've got lots of hangers in here. We've got the pants hangers and the regular ones, and they are the regular hangers. So if you like to dry things in your room on these like me, These are my favorite. I don't like the ones that are like the hotel ones with just the little stick on top. Okay, next closet right here, big closet. Again, you've got a bunch of hangers, a shelf, and then the bottom part. So you can probably just store like your suitcases there, which is usually what we do in that part. And then here is where you have your 3 drawers, a shelf, your safe, and then you've got 2 shelves here. And as you can see, this room is for 3 people because 1 person can sleep on the couch, which I'll show you in a minute. So that's quite a bit of space right there, guys. Speaking of the 3rd person, there's only 2 of us, but if someone else was here, they would be sleeping here. They would fix this up as a bed, take these off, and this would become the bed. So this is actually quite comfortable. I think that they reupholstered these, maybe because the ones in the other rooms are a different color. Again, if you haven't seen the balcony tour room, make sure you go check that out right here on the channel. And then we've got different color rooms, different color towels. Again, these are marked with Terrazza staterooms. And we've got 2 of those, and they're different than the ones on the regular part of the ship. And then we've got a table right here with our water, which we'll talk about later. But we've got our water ready for us, and we've got this nice table here. This is actually a perfect height to kind of sit and work if you want, or watch something, or whatever you want to do there. Let's move over here then. Look at this. Found these in here, some binoculars. Says we could use these. You could buy them if you want, but you can keep them for during the cruise. Isn't that amazing? You got the little case and everything, so you just watch. So there must be something to see that they give you these. Never had that before, so not really sure. Maybe there's gonna be something exciting to see out there. We've got our phone here, and then 3 shelves on which to store some things. So let's take a look at, very important, where can we charge things, Allie? All right, here's the first one. So this switch is the light switch for the mirror. Turn the mirror light on and off. And then this is your 220 here. Then you've got 2 outlets for US and 2 USB, and then we have this one which is used in some of Europe and some of Asia. So you've got a little bit of everything in here. It's friendly to all countries, it looks like to me. But if you have the adapter that we usually travel with, if you don't know which one that is, check out the link down in the description. It's our best travel buddy. You can actually, you can do 4 more USBs and 1 electrical outlet on us. You can charge 5 more things. So if you need to charge a ton of stuff, like you have kids with you and stuff, you're gonna want that. All right, what else do we have here? Hair dryer, and then a little extra space right there. And they've reupholstered this as well, because this is different in the other room. So this is new, and that's pretty comfortable there. I think Rob's gonna be hanging out there. And then we are gonna be chilling our waters in here, ta-da! And it's actually, sometimes it's just a cooler, but this is a full-on fridge, I think, that's gonna be cooler than the coolers. So that's really nice to have that. Now let's take a look-see over here. Nightstand. You've got your light switch on and off right here. There are no USBs or electrical outlets, and there is a little storage in here. And then let's take a look at the bed. Looks really nice. They've switched up the upholstery and the bedding and everything, so different pillows and different bedding stuff. Also different curtains than the regular rooms as well. These smell brand new. Brand new. And then a little privacy thing here. But before we go out there and check that out too, I don't know if you can tell in the video or not, but there is a darkening film on the window here, because you're going to want this open, but because people can walk out there, you don't want people looking in. So that gives you the privacy as well, which is really good. So you have these also that you can pull if you want, or pull the curtains. Now, let's take a peek here. This is my side of the bed, always away from the door. And these are you got 2 USBs here, while the other side, Rob's side, does not have any. So that's a bummer for that side of the bed. And then the same little storage area here. So lots of great stuff. Also, the televisions, I think, are new. The LG TVs. Not sure yet if we can do the Xbox on it. For those of you that know, we travel full time, so we always have our Xbox with us. We use it for streaming and all that kind of good stuff. We'll have to figure out if we can connect it or not. May stay tuned. We'll show you in one of the next videos what that is. Now, ta-ta-da, we got to go out and check out these beautiful terrazza. Let's take a look at this out here, guys. So we'll come right here. We've got 2 lounge chairs, and these have terry cloth on them, so they are, they're, you know, you could sit out here in your swimsuit if you went into the hot tub and check out, laid, you know, got wet. Come here, dry off right here. It'll be nice and comfortable. You got a little table here, and you've got your hammock right there, and you can put it off to one side if you're not going to use it, and you can just walk right out. So you can see the film here as well, and your room out here, so you can make sure you figure out where that is. When you leave, come back in and use this to come back and into your room. So the terrazza rooms also have the bands. This is how they know you belong in this area. They give you these bands. They come in a little envelope with a little note to explain that to you, but you've got these little bands. So you've got the 2 hot tubs out there. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, so a pretty great cabin, we think. We were actually on the Carnival Venezia on the inaugural cruise, and so we were on this ship for longer than just a regular 1-week cruise. We were on it for almost a couple of weeks, not quite, on that you know, transatlantic crossing. So we were on it for quite some time. We really got to put this one to the test. And like I said, the big thing is when you were looking at the terrazza, kind of your balcony, you have that public space where people can walk by. So a couple of things on this in particular. One of them is that they do have gates. They do have one gate on that one side where people, you know, you have to use a room key in order to come in. Well, sometimes people wouldn't close the door all the way, so people would just come in and just walk by. And after a few days, you kind of knew who all was in those rooms because you would see them often kind of walking by. You're like, oh, hey, you know, it's kind of like a little neighborhood back there, a little community, like, oh, hey, Bob, you know, hi, Amy. And so it was kind of cool because you did get kind of like that camaraderie of all the people that were back there, because you did, you know, see each other, have a little bit of covering on the sides, like right when you come out of your room. But when you get out, you know, more than like 3 steps or so, you're going to be seeing the people right next to you. And the barriers on the side are like open fencing as well, so you can see through those. But you know, it was really a chill environment. Nobody was doing anything crazy back there. Actually made friends with the people on either side of us. Actually made friends with people in the other parts too, because you have the hot tub space, the exclusive hot tub space in the back. There's 2 of them where you can kind of chat up the people back there as well. So we met some people back there. And then you also get that breakfast in the, you know, in the Carnivale, in the like lounge in the back there. So you do also have that. So you would hang out sometimes with people in the morning there as well. But honestly, you know, that's the big thing, is people complain about the privacy issue in this particular cabin. Now, during the daytime, you're not going to be able to see into the room. So when we had the curtains open, you know, you saw they do have kind of like that dark film, so you can't see in to the room. But at night, if you have a light on in the room, you can very easily see into your room. So make sure if you're changing or whatever, you're pulling those shut, because they will be able to see into your room at night. Now, at night, it does slow up considerably the traffic of people walking out. There's people just coming and going from the front part from their actual door to the cabin instead of, through the terrazza, because there aren't, it's darker and sometimes a little bit slippery. And especially on a transatlantic crossing, you get a little bit more mist from the sea coming onto the ground there. So that was also something to consider. But honestly, if I had to do it over again, I think we would book this cabin again because we thought it was really fun. It was nice to have that huge lounging space, like to have those two lounging chairs out there. The hammock was so fun. I sat out there several times reading my book, and it was nice because you could move it off to one side and have it completely out of the way, or you could leave it across, and then you had your little gate that you could come in and out of. At the time that we did the sailing, they didn't have the key card door thing working outside, so you couldn't come in through your room there. I think that actually helped to keep the people in that area from coming in through the outside instead of through the inner hallway. But honestly, like I said, overall, we would book this one again. We thought it was good. The amenities were good with it as well. And it actually made, the ship feel smaller even, although this one in particular isn't really a huge ship, but it made it feel, like I said, like a community, because the people that were back there, there's only so many rooms. There's not that many. You kind of all got to know each other back there. So I think it was pretty good. If it's something that you're considering, I would lean towards telling you, yes, get it and try it out and see if you like it. If you've tried it and you liked it, let me know down in the comment. If you've tried it and you didn't like it, let me know why down in the comments. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, give me a like. Consider subscribing to our channel, and I'll see you guys next time.